Good Friday, everyone. This is Latrece Johnson, author, local science. We're coming live today on the Peninsula of Mobile. We want to talk about oviparous creatures that you may encounter when you're visiting the Peninsula of Mobile. I have with me today student Sir Christian Johnson, also my son. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Student at Spring Hill College, majoring in marine biology. And we're going to talk to you today about oviparous creatures that you may encounter as you visit some of the local science, local biodiversity here on the peninsula. So we're going to start with Sir Christian. First of all, Sir Christian, tell us what oviparous means.
Um, so if you break down the word oviparous,
Mm-hmm.
it breaks down to ovi or ova, which means egg, and parus, which means bearing. So the word oviparous means egg bearing.
Right, exactly. And so the porous part, why is it necessary for an egg to have porous parts?
Um, well, in a sense, the parus part of the word only means bearing. It has nothing to do with openings on the outside of the shell or anything like that. It is important for the inside of the egg, where the yolk accepts nutrients from the amniotic fluid, so that the egg can grow.
Absolutely. I think it's important to realize that, of course, anytime you encounter any animals anywhere in nature, that it's important that you don't touch, to only observe. That's the best skill that you can use when exploring nature. So, Christian's going to talk to us about some of the oviparous creatures or animals that you may encounter when you come and visit the Peninsula of Mobile.
I think the biggest thing that everyone should know is that this only applies to animals with a backbone. So these are classes of animals such as reptiles, birds, fish, and of course monotremes, but we don't really have any of those around here. Um, but we do have reptiles, fish, and birds, and you will find most of the animals on the peninsula that are found in the wild are oviparous. Alligators, turtles, redfish that you can catch around here. You can catch mullet around here. Birds, pelicans. We had a couple ducks flying over our backyard just the other day.
Yeah.
So all those are animals that are considered oviparous. They're egg bearing.
Absolutely. And of course, anytime you encounter nature, again, you only want to observe, you don't want to disturb anything that you see. It's there for us to enjoy and there for us to respect most of all. So Christian, another term that we normally hear out here on the Peninsula of Mobile is the term biodiversity. Will you break that down, please, for those who are viewing?
Okay, so biodiversity. That word breaks down into two parts, which is bio and diversity. Um, Bio meaning life, and diversity meaning different. So different kinds of life out here on the peninsula.
Absolutely. Different types of life. Again, we're here to use our observation skills. So Christian, in your studies in marine biology at Spring Hill College, do you encounter any animals that are oviparous? And if so, what have your studies what do you remember the most about your studies from those types of learning?
That are oviparous or aren't?
Yeah, that are oviparous here on the that you may find out here on the
Um,
peninsula.
Let me think about this. In my studies, I I've gotten the chance to dissect salamander, a nectaris, which I think is we call them mud puppies down here.
Okay.
Um, those are oviparous.
What do their eggs look like? Have you been able to observe
I
them?
have not looked at their eggs, but they are definitely smaller eggs because of the cost to keep those eggs around. They're smaller because those are smaller individuals,
Mhm.
and so their eggs are less of a cost to them and to their fitness to have to take care of.
Okay, and where would you find those particular animals? What
They
type of habitat would
they
they be
live in
found in?
mostly wet. Where most amphibians can live. They live in mostly those environments. that are dry and wet at the same time. So you would look at like swamps, bayous,
Hmm.
on the banks of rivers and stuff like that. Uh, Things where they can easily access water and land because their young use water in the first stages of their life, and then they begin to be able to transition towards being able to be both land and water animals.
All right. Well, we want to say thank you to everybody that's viewed us today. We've enjoyed bringing this short video information to you about oviparous creatures that you may encounter when you visit the Peninsula of Mobile, which is right southbound of Mobile on 163. Make sure that, again, when you're out exploring nature, that you use your observation skills. Remember, we're there to respect it. And we invite each of you to take some time out during this time of social distancing to view the wonderful, wonderful world that we call home. Thank you, and until next time.